All right. Let's try this again. Take three, as they say in the movies and all that good stuff. So once again, man, we're gonna try this again. We are Polk. This is ManCave Sunday night conversation as we get you ready for the week that was, week that is, and what's to come. I want to say good evening. Apologize for all the technical difficulties on my part. Not Coach Billy D, not Coach Shake, and not Coach Tuma. Thank you for your patience as we kind of navigate through all this stuff. But we back and still dealing with some technology. As you can see, you can't see my screen, but it's all good. It's like back in the day when we first started. I was in the background, which is where I prefer to be anyway. But the show must go on. So what's going on to the All-State coach? What's going on with your coach?
What's up, Coach? Man, happy Sunday.
Hey, same to you, man. We got a special guest. He's family, but he's still, we appreciate him tapping in every now and then just to give us great insight, great commentary, and great context. Coach Shake from Lake Region High School. What's going on with your coach?
As I said before, chopping wood. It's pretty rough right now, but we'll get there.
Okay, all right. Well, Coach, man, before we get started, man, we just, continually praying for you, man, and just anything you want to say, anything you want to communicate before we get started. The floor is yours. If not, you don't have to, but I just want to give you that chance to do so.
No, Coach, I just want to say thank you for all the people that reached out, poured out to me and my family about the difficult time we're going through right now. We lost my first coach, my father. You know what I'm saying? On the 5th that morning. His service is going to be on the 21st in Lake Wells. Bad part about it is this time last year that we lost my brother. You know what I'm saying? So, my brother is the reason why that inspired our Polk scholarship. We want to continue to let people know that is still up and running. There will be information put out in the spring for seniors that has played ball this year. But like I said, I can't thank you enough for the love that's been coming in from me and my family, Coach.
What's up? What's up? That's what it's about, man. We get together, pull together, and that's the main reason why Coach Shake here tonight, cause he was like, "Hey, man, if you need some help, I'm here. He always available." And so we do appreciate you for that, Coach Shake. Always got good credit with us here at Polk Coots, man. So, Coach, not sure. I know, like I say, obviously you got other things on your mind that you're dealing with. So I don't know if you got anything in your coach's corner, but if you do.
No, Coach, I don't have anything right now. Maybe something come off the dome before we get off live.
Okay. Well, I don't know if the PG gonna jump in. I know it's kind of tough season, it's busy season with him too. But I know he had a Tuma's tape that he wanted to kind of speak on. So if he don't jump on, I'll circle back to it.
Okay.
But that he spoke about that, I guess it's been on his heart. So I don't want to steal his thunder if he end up tapping in. But so we had our first probably controversial issue of the season. Friday night, we were over in Davenport, Haines City versus Davenport. And according to, we'll just ask, there were some thoughts about the last in regulation. Did the shot get off before it went to overtime? Did he not? Did it happen? The official, that's a tough place for the official to be. I know, Coach, both y'all in kind of different situations. Coach, you as an official and a coach, and Shake, you as a coach. What's y'all? I don't know if y'all saw it. I know Billy D, you did. I don't know if you saw it, Coach Shake, but
Yeah, I saw it.
What's y'all take on how that ended up?
When I saw it live, I thought he got it off. But I was just listening for the horn. But I actually talked to Coach Jones, and he said he sent a receipt to Coach JMO that clearly shows basketball still in his hand with the clock reading zero. So I didn't see the picture, but that was what Coach Jones told me.
He did send it to Polk, which we haven't posted it yet. But okay, Miss Shaw say 2 points. Okay. Uh was it a bang bang type play with the ball in his
No,
hand? Did the horn go off and it was gone? I mean, you can because the angles is kind of angle and the clock. It's not like college with a the backboard light up. So we don't have replay. So um,
yeah. Honestly, I would have liked for the kid to have had just a little bit more presence of mind. I mean, because where he stole the ball looked like it might have been half court somewhere. I don't know if he realized how much time was left, but it did, from the camera view that I had, it didn't look like that he had like a sense of urgency, like, hey, I only have a few seconds to get it off because he laid it up.
Hmm.
Uh, like it was just another 2 points. I didn't realize that that was supposed to be the end of the game until well after.
I mean, for one, I haven't seen the receipt, but if there is a receipt showing that, then clearly the right call was made. Um, I don't know if the officials got together and conversed, because I wasn't there. That that might have been something that probably should have happened. Um, but like I said, if Coach got a picture receipt, then I think it's pictures is worth 1,000 words. But that's a bad way, you know, going either way. Good thing for Davenport and bad for Haines City. But
Yeah,
also that game has told me a lot though. A lot of people from Davenport were suspended, and they had a skeleton roster, and to still pull that game out, my hat goes off to Coach Antball and his squad for sure. But Barnes, you made a great point. Soon it's gonna have to be mandatory that they implement the shot clock. Maybe that's something that they also consider is putting those red lights around the backboard to help the officials. I think that'll be a great idea.
yeah. In this case, though, it looks to me as if the buzzer and the clock might not have
Yeah,
even
it
been.
may
It
be
might
delayed because that's what I
delayed.
was listening for. I listened for the
Yeah,
buzzer too.
yeah,
So
so that's the thing, and then my thing is, and not coming for the officials, but I didn't. Obviously, I wasn't at the game, Coach Shay. You say you was, so I'm
no,
not
no, no.
sure
I
if.
just saw it online.
Oh, you saw it online. Okay, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure if they did the infamous huddle that they do a lot. So I just wonder, like, okay, because from what I get from one of the coaches, that referee had to get escorted out the gym. Um, you know, obviously so if you from Haines City. Um, so in that case, no, that's not a call that nobody wants to make. So I mean, I guess the referee had to make it, but should he have been on his own with that, or should he kind of, I don't know the protocol for that. Do we huddle for that kind of stuff? You just make it and leave him out there, and we keep moving, or what we do? But that's tough for one official, to for that to
no,
for that.
it's the primary official's call. If anybody else has information in order to help the situation, they come in and give that information to the primary official. Then it's still on that primary official to make that official call. Like they don't have to use that information. They can, you know, usually it's a courtesy, like, hey, whatever, whatever, whatever. And then whoop the whoop. Then that official can use that information, or if they, are certain that their call is right, then they just go with that.
yeah,
That's tough, man. That's
But my
tough.
thing is, that's the reason why you got to eliminate those people. You can't leave it into someone else's hands, because it could go either way. It could hurt you or it can help you. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Just looking at that, um, you know, if I'm coaching Ant Ball, I'm at my player for playing with the ball up there.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
and so it's a learning experience for both teams, and I think both teams can use that game in order to improve.
So, Coach,
yeah.
shout out to Coach
The,
Hill. Coach Hill is in the building in the chat. Coach says split decision. That one official said
official.
off, the other two said bucket. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
Ooh.
primary official call.
Split decision like in boxing, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a primary official call though, coach.
yeah. I,
Yeah.
I definitely would like as a coach, and if I put my coach hat on, I'm thinking if you got both of your partners telling you that it's good, I hope you at least considered it.
But again, that's why you don't leave it up to them.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
You don't leave
yeah.
it up to them. And that one call, I look at those type of games. That one call didn't lose you the game. I'm
No,
pretty sure it's other turnovers, layups, free throws. Where
mm,
we can all factor in. But again, when
yeah,
you leave it up to someone else, you got to accept the result.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
unfortunately, hey, City was on the bad end of this.
Yeah, they were on the business end, as they say. But I also want to say too, though, as a coach, though, in that moment, the what you have to do is start preparing your kids for the extra session. Let the officials talk, whatever they're gonna do, because what you say not gonna change their mind anyway. But you gotta immediately get your kids, hey, we still got a chance to win this game. Because that kind of happened last year when we thought we had the game against Lake Highland Prep one, and then the kid hit that three off the backboard, and we just as a staff we didn't do a good enough job of like, hey, we still can win. We kind of allowed ourselves to be have a funeral about that shot. So I think that's important to say as well that from a coaching standpoint, you got to hurry up and you know remember that you still got a task at hand.
I just that game, the atmosphere. I watched like the last couple parts of it. It
Yeah,
was great for Polk County, in my opinion. Polk County basketball. It was a great atmosphere. It was a true like rivalry type of atmosphere. The kids went at each other,
yes,
and might have we'll talk about it a little bit, but it might have. I guess he probably was born fried. He probably already been there. Coach Schaffner, shout out to Coach Schaffner giving us some technical and 2-man trail efficient, 3-man to see on the trail opposite the table. So I guess the question: did the right guy make the call?
No,
So the right guy didn't make the call. So that's another. Oh boy.
no.
So the right guy didn't make the call, and then it's a controversial call. Um,
From the video, it looked like the lead official made the call, which was the one on the baseline. Well, he was running to the baseline.
and that's not
So
the one that was supposed to make the call. Oh my God. So, coach does what? I mean, it just happens, and that's it. I mean, I guess it's not a district game; it's a rivalry game.
actually, it is a district game.
Uh-oh. So,
hmm
if it's a district game, what do we what do we do? Is just it's in the books, and that's just
Yeah,
it.
it's in the books. There's nothing they can do about that. But the way the thing is set up now, you don't have to play district opponents. It's going to be based off your Florida high school's rating. You know what I'm saying? You just don't get to win.
So, as
Now I thought we
US,
was
go ahead, coach.
no, I thought we were going. It was just max preps this year.
No, that is not true. They didn't do that for football. So if they didn't do it for football, they're not doing it for the other sports. I was
Okay.
told that too, and I went back and looked. And max preps and that Florida rating is off. I don't know what the formula is, but it's off. From 1 to 2 points when it comes to the rating and the strength of schedule and max preps. So if I'm people, I don't gauge max preps. I don't use max preps as where I'm going to be seated. in the
Okay.
district or the region. I will
Okay.
wait for the Florida high school rating to come out. I mean, it gives you an idea, but it's not completely accurate.
Yeah.
Well,
Another guessing game.
controversy in the first full week of the season. So PG hadn't really jumped on yet, so I'm gonna do his take. Um, we saw something. He saw something over the week. I'm sure all y'all saw it. So his question or his conversation is what, and it was a football thing, but I guess this week a kid did this markup. Um, he made this, post that he thanking all his coaches for all they did for him at this high school, and um, but he's taking his talents somewhere else for his senior year. And he in high school. It's a local kid, it's football. So I guess
I
two
think I
things
know
is
the one you're
when did
talking
we
about.
get to this point that we making markups in high school when we, I guess, are hitting the portal and announcing hours? Is that just the reality that we live in,
Yep.
or
Yeah, coach. It's worse up north. It's worse up north. A friend of mine, one of my teammates, matter of fact, I see them this weekend. They have eighth graders basically doing this. It's a thing in the DMV area where eighth graders are doing this, announcing where they're going to school at. They're putting up like they top five and everything, coach.
eighth graders?
Eighth graders. His son did it. It was crazy.
We don't even have a. We don't even have a. We don't even have a high school credit yet.
No, coach. It confused me because you know, like I said, me and him pretty much was best friends in college. So I'm thinking my little nephew. I seen the little top five, so I'm thinking like, he's not that old to, be. I didn't think I missed that many years where he was going to college. Then I called him. He was like, "Yeah, those his top five high schools that he's about to choose." I said, "What?"
It's top high school.
I'm
High,
like, "Okay,
high
yeah."
school, man. We ain't even took English one yet, man. We ain't even been to algebra one class. Well, maybe it might have been algebra one in the elementary, maybe. But you ain't been in English one in middle school. You ain't been in English one. You ain't been in English one in middle school, but you may have been. Well, maybe you have. You get the point. You ain't stepped foot on no high school campus yet. Let's say that. I just that PG just he had a real
Issue with it.
issue with it.
But coach, they have to be careful with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not enrolled at the school yet. I mean, you're subjecting yourself to all kind of investigations or getting schools in trouble. Like,
Hmm.
if you're not there yet, why would you be? I'm hoping that whoever made that, I'm hoping that they're already enrolled and going to classes. It's like they don't
Def-
understand the implications of that stuff.
nope. And if you wasn't being investigated, you might be.
You might be. I did post something the other day, Coach, when we started talking about NIL and social media. Coach, I think it need to be a course or some type of virtual training that these students have to go through at least once a year. It needs to be with those activate classes, Coach Simmons.
Hmm.
About NIL. And I've seen some of these kids' social media, bro. They are gonna kill themselves
Hmm.
and kill their bag, as they call it, because of their social media. You know what I'm saying? Having these highlight films with all this cursing in it or vulgar lyrics. I mean, I know what you guys listen to. I mean, I listened to some of them same things when I was growing up, but when it comes to likeness and image, who is gonna want them representing them?
Hmm. And that matters now. That matters now.
And I guess when I saw it, I'm sound like let's say I'm echoing. I don't know how to stop it. But that's the thing that I kind of was confused about or concerned about is that how legal is that? I know everything is legal now, but some there gotta be some rules somewhere, right?
Hmm. There are some rules. I mean, like I say, you're subjecting yourself to like recruiting deals, especially if you're not enrolled over there. Now, if you're already
Hmm.
there, you can announce that you're there already. But doing it prematurely, I don't know. I don't think it's a great idea.
A lot of high schools. Is that legal? I guess that's up north is legal. Is that legal down south, down here with us?
I mean, pretty
Hmm.
much it is now because you don't have to be at the high school that you're playing at till the first day of trials.
Hmm. That is true.
But you can still go after school start, right? Because you can leave
You can
whenever.
leave until the first day of trials. First
First
day
day of
of
trials.
trials, wherever you're enrolled at, that's where you have to play unless you physically move into another school zone.
Hmm.
Coach Jones, man, stop playing. Who is this
A
about? At this point, is it
7-year-old,
about the kids or the grown up?
both. The kids following the lead of the grown up.
Yep.
Grown up supporting this foolishness.
Yep.
God, well, PG, I spoke on it. I know you're not here to talk about it, but I spoke on it. So, um,
But who cares? Especially like elementary and middle school, who cares? Like this is not gonna be talked about after these 5 or 10 minutes that you don't posted it. You're not gonna go back and remember that. Hey, you remember I posted my top 5 of what high schools I was going to? But they just follow in the lead of what they see of older people, especially those high school guys that are getting recruited, college guys that are in the portal.
Yeah.
hopefully,
So
hopefully, I'm catching
unfortunately,
up.
that's the culture that we live in. You know what I'm saying? You can either embrace social media and technology, or it can kill you. That's one of the things McGriff is doing right now, and make sure that he showcases kids in a positive light. That's why he have all them little clips and shows that are going on with him.
You gotta adapt to the times, huh?
Yeah. They give you more work.
Definitely, and you're not getting paid more.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Everybody coming down to Florida, talking about Florida. We have the best athletes. Remember, I asked a question: Is Florida a basketball state too? A couple weeks ago, like Coach, we have everything that everybody wants, but yet here in Florida, we don't see the value in it. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, you want to start paying players, which I completely support. But what about the coaches? The coaches, coach, they getting pooped on for sure. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Georgia, Alabama, and make 6 figures coaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying it has to be that much, but it has to be more than what they're giving out right now.
So for you, you said I heard you say something about a class about NIL.
if the parents are the ones that's driving the engine, there's not much we can do about it, right?
Mm, no, but I think it's important for them to be informed. You know what I'm saying? Because all these NIL deals are not. I would recommend that they get audited. You don't want to be signing something you don't know. You just looking at the bag, and then next thing you know, they taking that bag back from you.
I mean, that's a different viewpoint.
You echo and Barnes.
That is not playing with me right now.
Yeah, that's better right there.
So right now, you either do what Barto and other people have done with social media, or you just fall by the wayside, essentially, right?
Yeah, you're behind, coach. The kids want to get their highlights on social media. They love like the flyers and stuff that coaches and stuff put out. Santa Fe boys and girls do a great job putting out flyers. I think I'm seeing some for Victory, and some other places. So
Yeah, Discovery do it. It's a few of them. I mean, but all that stuff take time. It take money. Right now, given my current situation, you think I'm worried about a social media post?
nah, coach, you got way more to worry about for sure.
Exactly, exactly. But I
But
will say this though. I will say this. Now you're starting to get, conversations from the parents who are noticing, well, hey, this other school, I saw this, this, and this. Why don't you have that? So it's
yeah,
definitely gonna.
what I would look at is actually maybe investing in somebody in your school, a student, you know what I'm saying, that's just great in some type of digital art. You know what I'm saying? Coach,
Mhm.
maybe recruit them, give them volunteer hours, um, and basically, run this platform. You have academies that specialize in some of this stuff. So with a coach like Coach Simmons, Coach Simmons is not on campus. So he has other responsibilities and stuff to worry about and then come on campus and do the basketball duties. So maybe he can partner with somebody. It's like, hey, you have an aspiring kid that will love an opportunity to show their work off and produce them a portfolio in order to help the basketball program out.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, good topic. Good topic. So, transitioning to the last week, the week that was, we spoke about Hasten and Davenport. Anything else stuck out to you all besides the obvious with our game of the week, the Bartow Santa Fe game? How that like swung from one side all the way to the next. That was kind of crazy how that worked out. But overall, thoughts on last week in Polk County?
I thought that the Bartow situation. I looked at that. I mean, I had the opportunity to see it up close and personal. And coach, we were talking about this, the style of play and what it does to you. It wears you out. I mean, I thought we did a pretty good job of not turning it over in the backcourt, but once we got into the half court, it just forced us to take quick shots, and we right now we just not we just can't score. So it still was very effective, but I gotta believe that the energy that they exerted to do what they did at Santa Fe affected what happened at Windermere, because Windermere is not the Windermere that we've known for the last few years. I want to say they're down, but they're not as strong as they were.
I talked to McGriff. He said they still pretty good. He said they still really good, but I'm pretty sure, that's the style of play does do that. That's the reason why he plays so many players. That's the reason why we're play so many players. But you're gonna win by it, you're gonna die by it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let someone else dictate, how we play the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but talking to McGriff, he said that Windermere team is still pretty good, which lets me know our original thought about Discovery being in that district, it kind of staples it. They're gonna have a tough time in that district. Just know now, Lake Highland Prep and Windermere Prep has beaten Bartow this year already.
Mm, mm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess the game because we played Cypress Creek over at in the Metro, and the game that I scouted Cypress Creek was when they played Windermere, and I get I mean I get we're all capable of having off nights, and maybe that's just what it was. I think they beat
Yeah,
Cypress Creek by 2 points.
yeah.
Uh,
No,
so
I'm just going by what McGriff and I talked about here recently. I want to say it was
mm,
today, and
yeah,
he said they're pretty good. Which is, like I said, don't vote well. Discovery has they have a hill to climb. Let's just say that they have a hill to climb, and it's important that they do well and position themselves well in that district. So
yeah,
my thing is, you have to position yourself and figure out who you want to play in the semis. Do you want to play Lake Highland Prep or do you want to play Windermere?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, at this point, they got to concern themselves with Discovery and just try to be the best version of themselves. And when it's time to toss it up, we'll see what happens, I guess. Question: did Santa Fe win either one of those games? I know last week you guys were it was the topic of conversation,
No,
and they had like a tough stretch, so they ended up losing
no,
all three. Wow.
no.
Okay.
I said that they would go 2-2 maybe, and Blicker was writing that down to help give bulletin boards material to motivate his kids. They 0-2 right now with
Okay.
victory and Lake Highland Prep in their next two games.
Wow. Okay.
So now you can potentially go 0-4.
Yeah. All
You
right.
know
For
what I'm
strength of
saying?
schedule.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna talk about the schedule. We got a lot of good games coming up this week. A lot of potential games. A lot of good um kind of like ranked games. So we're gonna look at a couple things. We're gonna recognize the teams of the week. We got three of them. The honor roll. We'll do the top 10. I guess I already got my screen black, but it's not because of that. Technology is not my friend right now. So, three teams, man, that we want to recognize from this past week. Shout out to Arbondale, who went 3-0 on the week, knocking off Mulberry, sorry, Coach Shea, Lake Region, and Tampa Prep. Davenport went 4-0 on the week, knocked off Jenkins, Kathleen, Haines City in the Instant Classic, and then Tampa Tech yesterday at Carter Cup Shootout. Shout out to Coach E for the Carter Cup Shootout and the Polk County teams that participated. Coach Shea, um,
I can't catch a break,
Coach
Coach. I
Shay,
can't
I'm
catch
gonna
a
tell
break.
you, and we gonna do chalk talk. I was gonna do it, and I'm like, dang, he on here, so I can't do it. But I mean, you
You
family,
know
so
me.
we gonna do the chalk talk here in a minute, and just get your we. This is breaking news. We can get your first hand account of it. So, but
Yes, indeed.
one more Lake Wells went 3-1 on the week. Lake Wells knocked off Avon Park, Sebring, and Lake Gibson. So,
Shout out to
Coach,
Lake Wells.
shout out to Lake Wells, Coach Junior got him rolling over there early,
Yeah, he got him
right?
rolling. Got him rolling. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm going to give you this the chalk talk. So we do this. We do one situation each week. Have coach put his coaching hat on and and break down the scenario.
Okay.
So this is the scenario, coach, and I'm sorry, but it is predicated. You know how when you watch the Law and Orders and it say this is not it's fictional, it's not
Yeah.
purposely
Okay.
intended. So this is not
Okay.
purposely intended but I mean
Yeah.
it may or not have some. Okay, so let's say the scenario is you're up 1, 2, or 3. Either one, you're up. There's
Mm-hmm.
less than 10 seconds in the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a multiple choice. So A, B, C, D, or E. How do you set your defense? Do you go A, full court man? Do you go B, half court man, do you go see like a full court zone, like a 2-2-1? Do you kind of go like a 3/4 soft type, you know, kind of just show type deal, or maybe like a half court, like a 1-3-1? If
Coach,
you are up 1, 2, or 3,
coach,
coach,
I was
coach. Okay, I go. Shake. I see you. You want to jump in first, so you go ahead and then Billy D.
How many fouls to give, Coach? Are they in the bonus?
Are they in the bonus? Let's say yes and no.
okay.
Let's do
Well,
it. Do it. Do it. They in the bonus. Do it. They not in the bonus. And I'll mute my mic so I'm echoing. Let's to the gurus break it down.
oh, okay. Just for as long as I've been coaching, that was an easy question. In that situation right there, I go 2-2-1 and I let my guys know. They already know. We just simply want to keep the ball in front of them. If we can force them to make 2 or 3 passes in the back court, by the time they get into the half court, they don't get a really good shot, especially in the situation that I had Saturday. They didn't have any timeouts. Now they were in the bonus, so if we fouled, then we were putting them on the free throw line, and that played in my decision. But also, we're not on the same frequency, the way we need to be, and so that was just simply a trust thing where I just said, hey, we're gonna play man. We're not gonna help from the ball side because I knew they were gonna drive and kick, and unfortunately, God, he decided to stunt and didn't get back in time. So it happens. But to answer that question, I'm always going to push up it with that in that spot right there, and not let you roll the ball or be comfortable to just dribble down and run the set that you done called or whatever. That's my take on it.
All right. So if you got fouls to give, well, first of all, I'm going man to man. We're gonna go man to man, and we're not gonna, double or anything like that. What we want to do is make them go side to side, try to turn them, but we're not just gonna allow them to walk the ball up the court or set whatever got up. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna switch everything. We're switching screens, all on ball screens. We're switching off ball screens. Um, and what we want to do is just keep everybody in front, um, and just force them to make a tough shot. Um, Going zone, if that's what you guys do, you know what I'm saying. I fully support that. Just the thing is like going zone. I have a really, really good press break that's gonna really stress your defense, especially in the back, if we move the ball like we supposed to. But my thing is, whatever decision that you make, you're gonna have to live in you gonna have to sleep with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, I think the Lord for Bernie Hayes in travel ball in coaching before I became a head coach in high school, because I was able to see so many situations, and not all those situations I succeeded in. You know what I'm saying? I failed in some of them, but I still remember, what was the scenario and what decision I made and what would I do better next time that arises. Matter of fact, we just lost the game against Palm Bay, the girl that's going to Tennessee. We needed to get one stop. We get to stop, fumble the ball out of bounds. They get the ball with 11 seconds left. We still had 3 fouls to give to get into the bonus. The instructions were every time they catch the ball was 2 fouls. That
Wow.
was the instructions. We have 3 fouls to give. Every time she catch, foul. The kids decided not to. Girl, that's Tennessee. She hits the game winner with 6 seconds left. And it was a learning experience for our team. Like, hey, we're giving you instructions to be successful. If you don't execute that, this when it comes back to bite us. You
Gotcha.
know what I'm saying? So it's important for the coach to be in tune and in line with what the situation is, but it's also important that the kids execute those instructions that are given.
Huh?
Coach, what would be your percentage that you would say? Because I remember reading this last week. Lakeland football. First of all, shout out to Lakeland High School football on the way
Yes, another
to
class with
defend.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, another chapter of the St. Thomas rivalry, state championship for the Knots. Coach Hen, Coach
Coach
Frazier,
Hen, Coach Frazier, congratulations.
yeah, man, to my guys, man. So shout out to them. Shout out to Fort Meade for winning the
Yes, shout
state
out to Fort
championship,
Meade.
man. All them
Yes,
guys
yes, yes.
so when we do our rankings, they won't be ranked because they still doing football. But I remember last week when they played Tampa Bay Tech, um, the kid they Frazier was getting crucified because they ran a fake punt like deep in their territory.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, what in the world he called that for and all this kind of stuff. And come to find out, he didn't call it. The kid on the field called it, told the opponent to come behind me, I got you, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is kind of what you just said. You told your kids to foul and they didn't. What percentage would you say that the coach says do this and the kids go do that, and the coach gonna get the blame 100% of the time? But what percentage of would you say the kids go do what they want to do, as opposed to what y'all left the huddle saying this is what we gonna do?
Higher than
Coach,
50% for sure.
yes, I about to say I
Higher
don't
than
know if
50.
I could put a number on it, but it's high.
Definitely higher. Remember Coach Edom lost in the playoffs? Wasn't it in the playoffs that
Yep,
we talked about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, they
This
lost to
regional
Tampa.
semis.
They lost to Tampa King. Tampa
Yeah,
That's
King.
it.
and we
Yeah.
were basically asking. We know Coach Eden tell those kids, to do this and do that, and then when we finally talked to it, he did tell them something else, and the kids went out there and did whatever they
Yep,
wanted to, and
yep,
ended up losing.
yep. It happens a lot, Coach.
And you talking about the Tech game, Coach? Let's look at the other side from the Tampa Bay Tech side. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, did he tell the kicker to kick away from Scooter? And what does he do? He kick it to Scooter, Coach, and they end up losing.
Yeah, ain't nowhere in the world he said kick it to 5.
No,
I
he
can't.
couldn't have said kick it to 5, Coach. He couldn't have said kick it to 5. And then you go look at this Niceville game. I don't know who their kicker is, what that young man name is, but he couldn't have got on the bus.
No.
So she would have had to ride home with his parents or get an Uber or something. But he couldn't have rode the bus.
Oh man,
No,
yeah,
Coach
But
he
you
had a
know,
bad,
couldn't have got
he
on the
had a
bus.
bad night. Coach, he had
because
a bad night.
if we looking at football, just staying with that theme. So you got the Tampa Bay kicker that kind of can't ride home, but it's an even longer ride if you think about the Nashville kicker. What the kid missed. My heart go out to the kid, man. The kid missed 3 field goals that could have won the game. Lakeland field goal kicker missed it, but they ended up winning. So you don't remember the miss when you win. You just remember when you lose.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't think about special teams until they not special, right?
Yep.
Um, but Coach Schaffner back to he got an interesting take on it. If it's me, I know at Lakeland what we used to do. We used to and we was up. First of all, if we had a timeout, we gonna especially we got two. But if we got at least one timeout, we may call a timeout. But if not, we would get into like a kind of 2-2-1. But we ain't pressing. We just showing because most times when kids see pressure at the high school level, they got to run to their spots. They kind of talk the press, but they're not going to dribble through it. So they're trying to break the pressure. And so I thought okay, it's going to take you a couple seconds, even if you got the best press break in the world, it's going to take you a couple seconds, couple passes. And so we just really just trying to get the clock down. If we got fouls, by the time you get to half court, we're going to take a foul. But our thing was not necessarily man. It was just we trying to make you think, and while you trying to break the press, the clock running. So I guess there's a couple different ways you can look at it. Like Coach Schaffner is looking at it a whole different way. He said he wanted the ball back, so he gonna put you on the line for you to. So he'd rather have the ball last than you had the ball. So that's interesting too.
Hmm. Mm.
Coach, he in the chat, so he giving
Yeah,
it
I
to us.
forgot who the opponent was, but I remember that game. Definitely remember that game. But hey, Coach, I've been more on the winning side of those type of games
My bad,
than on the
Coach
losing
E.
side.
Coach E talking about, yeah, I remember. My
Oh
bad,
yeah,
coach.
I
It
was at
was coach.
The
Coach
Jesuit
caught coach
game.
caught
That's
him
exactly
straight.
what happened too.
We ain't mean that you with a straight, coach. My bad.
But we just trying to give examples of kids not listening to their coaches. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It happens more often than the coach. But like you said, the coach is gonna get the rap for it in the
Yeah.
end. Like, what is he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. Why would you do that? And it's the kids out there doing what they want to do. And
Hmm.
I talk to my kids about that all the time. Like you wonder why you're unsuccessful doing what you want to do now. You're doing what you taught to do in practice, and you wonder why the separation and everything is going well for you.
Hmm.
Trust the process.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to trust your coach enough that if he tell you to throw it out of bounds, throw it out of bounds. Because when kids start thinking and
Said something
second
then.
guessing,
Trust the coach. You said something then,
yeah,
coach. Trust your coach.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I seen another situation where a young lady they up. I want to say they like up one, and just because the girl was open, she took a shot, coach, on like a 17-footer and missed it, and they end up losing the game. No, they ended up winning, but because of that shot, they gave the other team a chance. Like, coach,
Mhm.
they're not processing this. When we always talk about basketball IQ or even football IQ, they're not processing this. I'm pretty sure that kid that made the fake punt call, you know what I'm saying? He thinking Madden, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we going for it on fourth down,
Yeah.
not thinking the implications of this decision. Like, man, we on our side. We're trying to flip the field. Defense is playing well. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking like that, coach. They don't
Yeah.
process that.
Yeah.
I think we should be mandatory that kids start playing chess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
As a coach,
coach.
chess not chess,
A
man.
lot of that, a lot of that come from that uncle that done been in their ear all week saying we don't know what we doing. You ought to do this. You ought to do that. And a lot of the kids they want to believe that after a tough loss, especially you get your tail spanked. When they go out there to those stands, their parents is saying it's all right, baby, and then they begin to tear you down. And the kids they want to hear that, so they start listening to that outside noise. It's is I have in my mind I know why we have those moments where they just don't listen. They don't listen. Parents, uncles, street dude, whatever it is that's been telling them that ain't been to a practice yet, don't know you ain't made a bucket all week in practice, but they telling you, man, he won't he holding you back. He holding you back. So you know,
And then when you don't run that set for him, coach, and I'm sorry, you about to catch another stray. When you don't run that set for him, then you pick up Polk and find out you see breaking news or transfer portal, and you be like, well, dang, I ain't even know. I
hey,
had to find
coach,
out when everybody
listen.
else found out. I
Listen,
get it. I get it.
like you said, we family, man, and I mean, I'm the brothers. We taught not to be sensitive, so this stuff don't bother me. It's the truth, I a kid, but you know what? My son better than this guy. It's because you are not in agreement with me. We are now at another school, and I wish him well, man. I wish him well.
Hey Barnes, remember we was collecting information for coaches, and you was like, "Coach, man, get on your frat brother about sending in this info." Then you text, we it was me, you, and Simmons in the text like, "Hey, coach, can you send your information to me?" And I was like, "Barnes, why are you asking him? Because next week his roster gonna change, and just
And
to
it did.
show, coach." It was like one or two of them out of there.
Yes,
Yeah, you called
indeed.
that one. You
Yes,
called that one
yes, indeed, coach.
like Deion Ward. You called that one.
Yes, yes,
So
indeed, coach.
yeah.
Man, listen, if you don't allow the armchair coaches in the stands to have any say so in your program, those type of things have an opportunity to happen. And I'm not saying it happens at every program, but here one of the things is there's nothing there had I was in the middle of trying to establish something. If you have an established program, it doesn't happen as often, but when you're at a program that's trying to rebuild, trying to gain some traction, the biggest problem we have is when the transfer does come in, they're coming in thinking, well, hey man, I could come here and just take 25 shots a game. you know I had a kid play JV at another school, came in and started varsity immediately. Before he left here, me and his father no longer speak because
Wow.
he thought that, it was like, so you go from, you can't even play varsity where you at. You come here and you're on varsity, yet it's still not enough. So I mean, that's just what it's what we deal with now, and it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse, especially with the NIL. Shout out to Coach E and what they did this weekend, because they did have the people that talked to the kids after the game was over with. And that was one of the things he brought up, to the kids, like, do you guys really know what NIL means? And he started talking about a lot of the same things that Coach Billy D was saying, like, you got to watch your social media platform and so on and so forth. So yeah, shout out to Coach Edom. That was he did always do a great job with that weekend tournament there.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Coach E.
Yeah,
Call the
definitely Coach E,
shootouts
Coach
and
U.
great calls, and
And
keeping
shout
him
out to Coach E the
in our
way his
memory.
team is playing right now.
Yes,
It's one of the definitely the surprises.
right now
Um,
him and Junior, I've definitely taken a looking at them and saying, man, they're doing a great job. Because neither one of them, those schools, I don't think anybody was thinking they were going to be playing as well as they playing right now. But yeah, they are.
Okay, well, segue right into our top 10 for the week. You know, we like the segue thing. Coach, look at Coach already reaching. They already reaching,
Oh
man. Coach, you
man.
ain't even got the first. Ain't even got the first one out yet, man. So we're gonna go 10-1. We do the top 10 here on the show, and then we'll post the whole 25 tomorrow. So coming in at number 10 at 3-2, Haynes City Hornets this week. At 9, dropped a few spots after a rough week. The Santa Fe Crimson Hawks at number 8, fresh off the buzzer beater overtime thriller, is the Davenport Broncos. At number 7, this is another surprise most people don't maybe not know about because they're not technically in Polk County, even though we cover them as Avon Park. Avon Park is at 4-1 right now. Junior, Lake West Highlanders, checking in at number 6 this week. Number 5 on the list is Jordan Christian Prep. They're at 3-1. At 4, Coach Robinson and the aforementioned Arvindale Bloodhounds at 4-1. 3, we have Discovery, 5-1. 2, we have Bartow at 5-1, and still number 1 this week is the Victory Storm. So,
That's a
coaches,
solid
thoughts
list, coach.
on the top 10?
Coach,
That's
I
a
never
solid
thought
list,
I'd see the
coach.
day that Avon Park is in our top 10.
Coach, I hear good things about those kids. I haven't seen them play. Their schedule ain't gonna pop
Yeah, I just looked at it, Coach. I just
yeah.
looked at it.
But what I was told was that they got some very young, athletic guys down there.
And I applaud
So
that. I
yeah,
applaud the improvement and moving in the right direction. Definitely.
yeah.
But
But
Yeah.
this big,
Coach Cartier doing a good job at Avon Park, man. Coach Paul, he got a young kid. He got the Kelly kid. He got a couple like 6'4", 6'5" post kids that do a good job for him down there. We got a kid named Cohen. I think it's Damari Cohen. So he got a good little nucleus, and like you said, they're young, they're not senior, so he
yeah.
trying to build a little something. So shout out to
I
Avon Park, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of those kids play with Junior's JV coach. I can't think of his name right now. I think they play with him during the summer. So they got a lot of those kids from Avon Park. So they've got a lot of basketball underneath their belt, man. So
like I said, I applaud the improvement because that program's been suffering for a while. But
Coach, you
I, I
wild, man.
I'm not gonna give no flowers with this schedule that I'm looking at.
Steady on business, man. So while we on it, man,
oh man.
we gonna go ahead and do our honor roll for the week, and then Coach, we'll let y'all two can decide the player of the week for the week. Once again, the player of the week is sponsored each week by Filling the Lane, which Coach Shake is also a member of. He's a board member, so appreciate um, Filling the Lane for sponsoring the player of the week each week.
we want to make sure that Kelly coach. I mean, Kelly is tough coach. The Kelly kid for Avon Park tough. He very underrated. People don't know. People don't know about him. PC Gridiron, boy. My boy don't make no friends. He don't make no friends. He say what people. I just Anyway, they 4-1
we on
right
the
now.
same
So.
page. Man. That's why I support him.
So this our honor roll for the week, man. So we got Tucker Fox for victory at 26 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. 5 steals versus Holy Trinity yesterday. Big win for Santa Fe. Well, not Santa Fe, victory. In the book, it says red battle, but his mom made sure to correct that his name is Josiah. And like I told Mom, I said, Mom, all I did was post what was in the book. I mean, they wrote Red in the book. But anyway, shout out to Red, Josiah, whoever you call him. He had 17
she know
points,
that boy nickname.
4 rebounds. Yeah, Coach, she checked me on the page.
He
On the
always
post.
checking me too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in America call you Baby Red, but when we post Red, his name Josiah.
But she good people though. I love his
She
mom.
good people, and
Love
it's his
her
mama.
energy.
Hey, I ain't gonna never go get some black mama. If you say call your baby by his name, I'm gonna call him by his name, and that's gonna be that. So anyway, Josiah Battle from Bartow, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists against Wyndham and Prep yesterday in the loss. I think we got a star coach, another star down in Davenport. I guess his government name is Jakai, but I guess they call him Butter. Jakai or Butter, whichever you want to call him, from Davenport. 3 games this week. He had 16 points, 4 assists against Jenkins, 18 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 assists against Kathleen, and had the game winner against Haines City in overtime.
Oh, that's the sophomore. Freshman.
That's
No,
the
he a
freshman. That's the
freshman.
freshman.
That's
That's
the
the
the one
freshman
I've been
coach.
talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
freshman
coach.
coach.
He tough.
Yeah, we got Derek Ramirez from Arbondale had 17 points against Lake Region. Ezekiel Daly from Lake Placid had 26 against Oasis. Jacqueline Crossley, sniper from Bartow, had 21 points, 3 rebounds against Santa Fe. I know I'm gonna mess this kid name up, but it's Excuses. You spell it EXCEUCE, Mamba from Jordan Christian Prep. 2 games this week against DME National. He had 13 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 blocks. And then against SFA National, he had 22 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Dylan Lemon, also from Jordan Christian Prep, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks against DME. I don't know if it's George or is it George Ramirez from Lake Wells? It's not spelled. If it is George, it's spelled with a J. So if
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying his name wrong,
I know who
that
you're
kid
talking
that
about. Yeah.
transferred from Haines City, yeah, he
Yes.
had 16 points and 4 rebounds against Sebring. And then Amari Ellis from Davenport, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals versus Jenkins. That's our honor roll for the week. So between you two guys, can y'all give us a
Man, I'm
winner
going with my
for?
dude Jakai. He did it for
Coach,
3 games.
I like
For
the
3
freshman.
games, being consistent, putting up those type of numbers. I'm going with Jakai from Davenport.
Me too. And especially being a freshman. And what they said, they got some guys out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big thing when the freshman when the freshman put you on his back. Yeah, that's definitely a goal for me with him.
And like I said, he did it for 3 games. It wasn't just one game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying? That's make it equally impressive
consistent,
being consistent.
consistent. So we
Mhm.
gonna shout out to Jakai Butter Hardy, 2028 guard from Davenport, who is the Polk Player of the Week, sponsored by Phil the Lane,
Coach, that
Coach
class special,
Jones.
man.
Coach, we gonna talk about that for just a second because it's like,
Mhm.
I mean, we know about Quentin Q. We learning about Knox at Santa Fe, but Coach, you got like 3 or 4 of them at Bartow.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mm-hmm.
this kid Butter is every time you see time they play, he popping out. You got the
Mhm.
Phillips kid from the baby Phillips from Winter Haven. I know I'm missing some people, right?
Yeah.
That's just the headliners, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coach. I got a couple over here, but I'm gonna keep that on lock right now.
Bro, you not finna keep them. Your track record, they gonna be gone after the season.
So top to
Oh,
bottom, Coach Shake, since you kind of tapped into the county, 2028 class top to bottom is it the most talented class we got overall in the county in Polk County?
it has
Top.
potential. I mean, since I've been following, Pope basketball like that, it has the potential. I don't think I've been around long enough to be definite and speak on that. But since I've been around here,
No, I'm saying
um,
like right now, like the class of people that's in school right now, 25 through
oh
28.
yeah, coach. Yeah. There's more talent in 28 than any of the others. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think it's close. And we're talking about freshmen here, and we already got quite a bit of like I say, we can name a bunch of them, and there's going to be a couple more that once they come up out of the shell and get more high school experience underneath their belt and get some training in. I think it's most by far uh, the most talented class we got right now. Maybe once when they become juniors and seniors, Billy D won't screen black his screen.
And man, you never know. But the thing is, and we've seen it before, we've seen people peak early and then they fall off. So like you said, hopefully they keep being hungry, they keep continue to train. I hope they continue to grow. And growing means physically and mentally. Because
Yeah.
you can't stay where you're at. It's gonna be people that
Mhm.
catch up with you. You
I,
know what I'm saying?
I yeah, I know it won't happen. And I always mess with you about this, especially when I was still living in Orlando. And I always say that, we can always count on Pope basketball not to come together so we can come in and take all of their best players. It would be nice if all those kids could play together. But I know it ain't gonna happen. And at
No.
least it hadn't happened since I've been following it. But yeah, just think about all that talent and watch all of them end up going and playing in other organizations that are based out of other areas.
And it seems like these kids just coming out of like, are these homegrown Polk County kids, or they coming from other places? Because like they just popping out.
Yeah, they just mentioned the kid from Kathleen. Yes, he is pretty good too. Yeah, I like him as well. Matter of fact, they got a kid over there. I think they said he came from Michigan. I don't know what class he is. I saw him during the fall. He
Yeah.
transferred in from Michigan. Is pretty
And
good.
Lakeland got the freshmen too, but they haven't played because of football.
Yeah, Lakeland got the freshman. Yeah, the little savvy point guard. Yeah,
Yeah, look.
yeah.
I
But he
like
came
him.
up through the
He
fire,
tough.
right?
Huh?
He
He
came up
came
through
up
the
through the
fire.
fire. That's probably the only one that I really I
Yeah.
know
I know
him.
Jakai lived in like Ponciana. He maybe was like on the Osceola side and has moved to the Polk side now. But I know he's played most of his travel ball in the Orlando area.
PC, that might be. I mean, that's not a normal name, so that could be his people. Y'all know anybody legit that? Um, I know Derek Flowers was a legend at Winter Haven when he came through. So went to Florida Southern. So that might be his kid. I'm not sure about the PC. But it might be.
No, I'm not sure. But Derek was him when he came through. I
Mhm.
remember him playing against my brother.
Well, Coach, we got a lot of good games on the docket this week, man. So we just gonna we're not gonna talk all of them, but we're just gonna run them out there. Y'all can speak on the ones that these are ones that kind of highlighted, and you can speak on the ones that you all feel.
All right.
All right, so I'm just gonna run them down, okay? These not all of them for the people in the chat that say, when we playing this and we playing that, we get it. So we got Winter Haven. We hadn't heard from Winter Haven in a while, but Winter Haven is
They
up
hadn't played. They only
tomorrow.
played like one
Yeah,
game.
they didn't play. So they play Haines City tomorrow night at home. On Tuesday, we got Winthrop Prep at Victory. We got Discovery at Arbondale. Sebring at Bartow. Lake Wells at Davenport. That's all on Tuesday. Those not the only games, but that's what we highlight. On Wednesday, Santa Fe travels over to Lake Highland Prep. Um, Thursday, Tampa Catholic at Bartow. And then also Thursday, Winter Haven travels to Victory. And then Friday we have Arvindale versus Trinity Christian. Berkeley Prep comes to Bartow. Lake Wales at Discovery. Victory at Santa Fe. And then Saturday we got some I think the Polk a pop versus the Popka challenge. And y'all probably know more about this than I do, but
Yeah, yeah,
what I got wrote down Discovery versus the Popka. Winter Haven goes down to the City of Palms. They play against Bear and Collier. And JCP goes out to Vegas and plays in the Tarkanian Classic. So just some games to highlight. Y'all take on what it is that
I tell you what, I see
what games jump out at you.
Bartow is playing everybody in Discovery's region,
hmm
so they gonna have tape on most of the great teams in their region.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Coincidence?
maybe, but I know McGriff is trying to get his SOS up.
Yeah,
So Santa Fe got another tough week. I was being generous saying 2-2, but he can go anywhere from 0-4 to 1-3. You know what I'm saying? This is a
yeah,
pivotal moment for Santa Fe going
yeah,
into the holiday break. Um, they really gonna have to get it together.
yep,
But Lake Wells Davenport, I think we should highlight that game. That's
yeah,
gonna give us some separation into actually seeing where they're at. Davenport will have their
yes,
kids back. So, you can't say like, hey, we was missing kids or anything.
yeah. And there's a little backdrop to that too, because remember, Lake Wales upset them last year.
They did.
Yep. So I'm pretty
So
sure
that's
that's on their
your
mind.
vote for the game of the week. Like well, Davenport, that's our game of the week.
I don't know, Coach, because the
We got a bunch
Discovery
of them.
Armendale one jumps out at me too.
We'll
Because
definitely get a.
I think that
I'm
game
sorry.
is closer than what people, is giving. He has his kids playing pretty good. I don't think that's gonna be, Discovery going in and just running them up.
He got a young team too. He got like about 3 or 4 26 kids. When the rankings coming out, you always the kids always say how we sizing them. So a lot of kids felt like we sized them on the rankings as 26
Which
kids.
is
So
fine. But my thing is, you haven't did anything to change our mind.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Until you do something in order to change our minds, I don't mind giving you your flowers. I really don't. But you can't be in Coach E sending us stats, one game and then we don't see you for 4 or 5 games and you expect to get ranked. It don't work like that.
mm.
It just don't.
Brings to mind. You never know who's watching. I was having a conversation with my guys, and I said, I picked up the Polk Hoops magazine, and on top of them having the picture for Lake Region, that particular kid is one of the ones who played a summer league game with me on Monday, and then went and transferred to Ridge on the very next day. I thought that was funny. But I said there's not a single person in this gym right now whose name is on those rankings. But this is how life works. Billy D's happened to referee us 2 games in a row. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that with the opportunity to change his mind, I don't think anybody on my team right now did that. So when you get upset about rankings, you got to look at yourself first. What are you doing? You never know who's watching. So you have an opportunity to impress or give somebody a reason to say something. If you could play, they're gonna see it.
Definitely gonna see it. Like I said, kid, that's a player of the week. Coach just named 3 games where this kid was 15 points plus against quality opponents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's the consistency that we looking at. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
might have one game where you probably hit 25 or 30, but like I said, we don't hear from you for the rest of the season. It just
Yep.
doesn't work like that.
hmm
Like we're not I'm not waking out of bed, Barnes not waking out of bed like how can we hate on this certain kid? We're not doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're here to promote you, but give us
Yep.
something to promote.
To promote. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and in our defense, when the magazine went to print, that kid was at Lake Region. There's a lot of things that happened after the stuff went to print, and the time it actually got you pulled it out the mailbox and opened it up.
Hey, that made the magazine even better because it's a microcosm of what's going on, Coach. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, coach. It was. I felt bad for you, man. And Billy D wasn't, he wasn't letting up. Like I'm like, coach, I can't not put him in the magazine. I got to write some stuff. But I need some help. Like I got to make sure this stuff is factual. We can't lose credibility the first one out. We got to pop out first.
Coach,
Yeah,
they
nah,
held
man,
us
it
up
was
a
a
couple
great.
weeks, Coach. They held us up a couple weeks.
Yeah, that magazine is nice, man. I was kind of hoping y'all have more than one edition for the during the season. Yeah, that was a
It's a
good
couple
look.
people got to ask that, man, about more than one. But it's like, you try to do like I know. Like when I said something to coach and PG about it, man, I think they want to do a magazine, man. Like they were like, real? Like, yeah, man. Like, everybody else, the college. I don't think nobody done it. So, you want to do the research. So I'm looking at this different districts and counties, and I don't see nothing.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's
well,
definitely unique.
let's run it.
Definitely
Let's
unique.
run it and see what happens. But
Coach, maybe
um,
we do something at the end to tie things together as a
Yeah,
recap of the season.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And that's tough, Coach London. Shout out to Coach London. Proud alumni, Coach London, coaching with Kathleen for you all that may or may not be aware. But he trying to restore the legacy of the Red Devils, and it's tough when you think you're gonna have people that crochet you're a poster child for it. You have people that you think you're gonna have, and you don't have them. But I guess Coach Billy D about to give us some. I'm gonna be
Man,
quiet.
that's
I see
why
how
it's
you
so
looking.
important, Coach, man, that people are on campus. If you're not on campus, that you have a really, really close relationship with the admin and making sure that you're keeping on top of these kids, not only with grades, behavior, and everything else, because if their parents gonna do it,
yeah,
it's definitely your responsibility. You can't
yeah,
you can't find out when it's too late. You gotta already
yeah,
know the situation and be ahead of the game with that situation. Like now, you should know what your kids' grades are. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? If you got to start get on them about recovery packets, virtual school, like that starts
all
now.
that.
You can't just wait till the summer and have a kid talking about a kid making up 5, 6 classes. That's too much.
Yep,
That's too much. And
yeah,
it's a kid that we think is highly talented in the county now that's not playing because of this. It's unfortunate because it's not the first time. Like, you
yeah,
know, student athlete, student is first. Like
yeah.
we can't we
Thought I saw
can't
that young man with Lake Gibson.
we can't just continue to, you know, we gotta really keep what's important, and that's your education. Because if you don't
Yeah,
have that, you don't have, anything. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Unless you're gonna be an entrepreneur, you got something where you can make your own money, which I clearly support. But if you don't have the education to go with it, it makes it tougher.
hmm. Makes it tougher. Yeah,
You know what I'm
and then
saying?
if you,
We're really trying to break these cycles and generational curses of what's
yeah,
going on, especially in our community, the African American community. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that coaches stay on these kids' grades as well as their parents. If they don't have that parent structure at home, then coach, it falls on you. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
That's why, a lot of admin want their coaches on campus in order to
yeah.
monitor and police these things.
Yeah, it come with the job, and I say for me, like my situation is so unique because we have Lake Region has a rule where an athlete cannot be late to a single class nor be absent from school the day before or the day of a game, and I have to get that information on whether someone has or has not done that I usually get it around 3 o'clock. So like at that moment on a game day, that's the last thing I want to have to deal with. But because I'm not on campus, I don't get it until around 3 o'clock. So it's just so, and I'm pretty sure we're probably not the only school that has maybe certain stuff that is, just for that particular school. So being on campus is it's important. It's important. It can definitely make a difference.
Coach, as an admin coach, put your admin hat on. How much input, control, rules, whatever you want to say, should admin have on your program from a perspective of you can block your screen, Coach Shake, if you want to. From a perspective of you're deciding who plays for me. Now, if a kid in ISS, I know how it used to be. If you're in this in-school suspension or you're not there for at least half the day from an attendance perspective, or you're out of school suspension, that you're not allowed to play. So I didn't know that had changed. I knew those were the three things that could get you not to play. You're not at school for at least half the day. You're in ISS or you OSS. So has that expanded?
You know what, Coach? And I looked for that in the code of conduct and didn't see it. Most of those were school rules that were made by admin.
Yep.
You know, so it's like pledging. Like, you know, the GPA for fraternities and sororities is 2.5. But yeah, if you go to like Cookman, you gotta have a 2.8 or above, or some other institutions where your GPA has to be more. They expect more and they demand more, and that's according to who's ever's running that school. As a principal, I expect when I become a principal, I expect my athletes to be model students on campus. You can't do what everybody else do, and if
Hmm.
you can't meet that expectation, you know what I'm saying, then you don't deserve to play. But at the same time, that expectation I'm gonna give to the head coach. Like, hey, this is your team. You run your program um, as you see fit. I'm not gonna macromanage it, but these are the expectations that I have for you and the kids as far as playing. Whatever, whatever. And we're not gonna bend this according to who they are.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I fully support our rule over here, because why are you late to class? What reason would you have to be late for class? So I mean, and I've always thought that, I mean, that's common sense. You can't miss school and then play in a game that same day. That just, to me, if you were too sick or whatever it was, and to not come to school, then you most certainly didn't get well enough to play in a game that night. But I have no problem with it, with from an expectation standpoint. You know, how it's administered and whatnot, and it's still a lot of stuff, things that can be done a little better, but just like the the spirit of it, I just, I mean, Miss King did what she felt was in the best interest of the school, and I do agree with her. Athletes are, sometimes almost larger than life on campuses or whatnot, and if kids can see the athletes doing what they're supposed to do, it could go a long way to just make get everybody else to kind of fall in line and do the right thing too. So I definitely support it. I just wish I was on campus sometimes to kind of help with that.
Okay,
Yeah, but I'm
great,
gonna go
great
back and
political.
research that one, like what's actually in the code of conduct.
Yeah, that's a
Then
great
I'll
political
bring
answer,
that back
Coach.
for next show.
Coach Shake. That's a great political answer. So I don't have a dog in the fight as far as a team is concerned. So this is my thing. Okay, a kid is late to class on game day. They can't play, but the kid is in the same class is late, and so I'm getting essentially more of a punishment than the kid. I'm getting punished because I play sports more so than the kid who doesn't. At some point, where is the equity in that? If we're saying that students first, you're not treating me like a student, because if Susie not getting the same punishment I'm getting, it's like, to me, that seems like a like double jet, like you're getting punished twice. And it's just me. It's not for you to speak on it, Coach. I know you say you support it, and that's fine. But I would have an issue with the fact, now if a kid is in ISS and the kid's OSS, okay, but they late in class, yeah, give them to me. I take care of them from 3 to 4, and I don't know. I mean, unless there's something else attached to that, but just targeted class, that's a hard one for me. But once again, I'm just this is me. This is not Coach Shape for Lake Region. This is not Coach Billy D as an admin or a coach. Not the PG. This is me speaking. That one is that's a tough one. Because what message are we sending when we say we want the athletes to be considered students and it be a fair, they be considered equal, but then we giving them an unequal punishment because they happen to shoot a basketball or run a football. I don't know if that's, or you can hit a fastball. I don't know if that's equitable or fair, but that's just me. That's just me.
I totally understand, coach. But like I said, that's the vision of. I don't know if it's the principal or maybe the AD. That's the vision that they have to set the culture that they have. So my thing is, you know what the rule is, so you're gonna have to adjust to it. Unfortunately, you know.
Great answer for you two guys. Great answer.
Hey,
I don't know if I had that answer, but I understand.
No, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I think that's too much, but I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't do it. But you got to understand the culture that it's a new principal. I think she's been there 2 years, maybe in the
yes.
state of Lake Region. She's trying to change that. So unfortunately, the expectations are a lot higher. So I understand, but it might not be something that I do. But
What
she's
what
doing what she has to do to turn that school around.
what does this? I think it was the Spider-Man movie with great power becomes great responsibility.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, I actually, because I don't want them late anyway. So it was never a issue for me. You got no business being late. If you late, in my experience, you doing something you got no business. So get to class.
If mine late, okay, I get punishment, I get expectations, I get if she trying to set a culture, if it's things that's happening when they're supposed to be in class, or you trying to get them in class for safety and like you say, all that. I get all that, but for me now, as their coach, give them to me because at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to. I'm going to help you. Without that
I,
Jenkins,
I agree.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you with this problem. Give me a chance to help you. Like what I'm gonna do to them is gonna mean a whole lot more than what you're going to do to. I mean, I don't know. That was just my thing. Like, and we was good with that at Jenkins between us, Coach Patton, and
Same thing that
Mobile.
Lake Forest.
Yeah, all of us coach. Like I coach basketball, Patton coach baseball, and Mobile coach
Hmm.
track. So when it wasn't my season, if it was a baseball kid, hey coach, I got this baseball kid. I'm sending him to you. Hey, hey Barnes, Coach Barnes, I got this basketball kid, and I'm a I'm gonna help you more, obviously, and I want my kid to play. I ain't saying he don't need to get punished. I'm just saying
Coach,
maybe the
even from an
punishment can be a
admin
little different.
standpoint, my deans used to come, hey, coach, he was late to class or he did this, he did that. He had a work detail. Can you take care of this for me, coach? Like, oh, yeah, I got you. And they be like, man, I'd rather just do the work detail or the
Yeah,
detention than send me
yeah,
to Coach Washington. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because they already know what it is when they come to me and I have to take care of it. Because, first of all, you don't
Mm-hmm.
embarrass me because you up there in them
Hmm.
people's office. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I'm going to make sure that I motivate you not to go up in them people's office no more.
Yeah.
Come
And
on, that's my thing.
my guys definitely don't want to push that towel up and down the basketball court. When I call it cleaning up your spill. You made a mess. But I mean, like I said, uh, I totally get the vision and just in where it was born of. And my job as a coach is just to support what the school is doing. I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even on campus, so I just do a really good job of you know making sure I text guys, hey, make sure you're on time, and then if there's a valid excuse, all you have to do is turn your excuse in and you're good anyway. So uh and we do a pretty good, pretty good job of being on time and whatnot. So uh you know but I definitely see the other side of it too, Coach Barnes.
Okay. All right. I just that was just on my mind. Like I said, that's Polk Hoops. That's not anybody
Yeah.
else that's that's affiliated with a school or a program. We speaking for just overall. So all right, man. So we had a good one tonight, man. Sorry about the technical difficulties that started and persist. As you all can see, I'm got a camera sort of kind of and got a mic sort of kind of, but we made it through. Appreciate Coach Shake popping in and hanging out with us, man, and giving us good, great context. Coach Billy D, man, as always, we know you, we. But as we get off, man, we still praying for you. Ain't gonna never stop with that.
Most
So anything
most
for both of
most
y'all,
definitely.
I know y'all both got stuff coming up this week. Anything you want to say on behalf of what y'all got going for your
You know
programs,
what?
personal,
Actually,
whatever?
I actually want to help out the middle schools. I wish that we would, as high school coach, we would get out and support it more on a whole. Think Coach Schaffner said that, mentioned that the middle school tournament is this week and weekend. Probably comes at a tough time because we all have games and practices and whatnot. But if you got a moment, just go peek your head in. It mean a lot to them kids, believe it or not. And then also, I think there's I can't remember, I don't know the dates exactly, but FTL is hosting a middle school tournament. So just trying to get the young guys, hey, daytime coming. Maybe we got another good group in the eighth grade like we got that are ninth graders now. So the sooner we get to them, we can help cultivate it, the better. That's all I got.
All right. Shout out to Coach Shake. Also, we're another hat with Through the Lane. So thank y'all for y'all partnership with sponsoring the Player of the Week and all you doing. Help promote the young men and get them in front of people, get them opportunities they may not have otherwise. So, and
Facts.
Coach Billy D, we're in with you, man. Anything you want to say to the people,
Yes, sir.
personal or whatever, you
LBD
got it.
LBD had a good weekend. We went 2-0. Team from Jacksonville. Um, NFEI, and we also beat American Heritage, which was 5A state champs from a year ago. Big week coming up. We got Tampa Catholic tomorrow at Tampa Catholic at 7, and then the girls travel to DC, play one of the top teams in New York, and one of the top teams in Pennsylvania in DC this weekend. I did share that schedule on my page. Um, the next weekend after that, they go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So it's two big weekends back to back for LBD. But shout out to Polk County Girls page. I do want to give them their flowers. They're doing a great job covering girls basketball. Um, it's been some teams that's gotten off to a great start, and kudos to them and their coaches. And just know that we want continued success for everybody. It's not just select teams. We want everybody to be successful because when the parity is even out, that makes our county great. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna highlight you. We want to highlight you. We are rooting for you. Last thing from couple things from me, coach. First of all, good luck to coach he and the coach Frazier, Lakeland. Y'all be safe getting down there. Bring back another championship. We are definitely rooting for you. Um, another classic heavyweight match with St. Thomas Aquinas and Lakeland. I'm sure it's gonna be epic. Tyrell, make sure you go live so I can see it. Um, and also again, continue to pray for me and my family. This is a really, really tough time. If you ever lost a loved one, cherish your people while they're here. That's the advice that I can give you. Make memories. If you have any beef or y'all not getting along, man, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Get that out the way. Sit down, talk, whatever you need to do. Just make sure you love your loved ones while they're here. All right, students have a great week in the classroom, and the semester ending here pretty soon. So make sure you take care of your grades.
Hey,
Yeah.
and that's it right there. We don't have nothing else to follow with that, man. Y'all take heed, man. Once again, Thursday for you all that are wondering, Thursday is the state championship football game, not Friday. If you go looking for it Friday, you will be late. So, once again, good luck to the football Knots, man. And once again, Coach, man, we praying for you continuously without ceasing, man. Just your strength and how you handling it, man. You are an example to many.
Indeed.
And so y'all have a good one this week, man. Like Coach said, y'all finish strong in them classes, man. You don't want to make sure that people counting on you the second semester and you playing around and now people can't depend on you. So what's that quote you said that we put one time? Do you remember it? You probably
Yes,
used it.
sir. The best ability is availability.
Hey man, that's it.
Indeed. Indeed.
Be available, man. Don't have people depending on you and you not dependable, man. This is the most critical time of the year because once some grades hit, you want to be there for the stretch run if you're gonna have one. So appreciate y'all working with us, man, being accommodating, being patient with us as we work through this technology stuff. We will be better. I will be better. Coach and Shake, they good. I'll be better. So good luck to everybody this week on the page, man. We'll post the top 25. Shout out to Butter Hardy from Davenport, the Polk Player of the Week, sponsored by Phil the Lane. And everybody, y'all be safe, man. Y'all have a good week, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Till next time, Polk, we out.
All right.